Timbs. Will I lit up, it depends. Been through the struggle, I don't run from trouble, no breaking, I just wanna bend. Don't be defeated, I'm hella conceited, I ride on that beat like a Benz. Yeah. I am the one from the stories that got you excited. Rhythmic flow is ignited. How it's so easy for her to recite it. Can do this shit while I'm asleep cause I write it. Watch all these niggas be so quick to bite it. I let them in but they'll never be quiet. Imitation is just inspiration. If you feel like taking, just be sure that you cite it. I'm a trippy nigga with a different aura. Had to admit the vision, had to start with the supporters. Had a premonition, had to get the shit in order. And I'm finna take it off and go all for supporters. I been counted out for too damn long. Like I couldn't take the crown with 2 damn songs. All up in the booth with no home training. Please give me a count of 2 damn songs. Yeah. Niggas be playing, yeah. Industry games, yeah. Rapping but they not in love with it. Think it's a shame, yeah. I'm about to pop on some other shit. Think it's a game. They don't control where I land. I'm fresh in the bitch and you know that. Don't take my body to show that. Get in the booth, I'm the truth like everything.
You're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Bits of Tea with your girl Queen Coney
and Queen Jade. How y'all doing?
Yes, as always, you guys, there's 5 ways to listen. Shout out to Power Plug Radio. You
can
catch a live show on Facebook. You can download the app in Apple Store or Google Play. You can tell Alexa, play Power Plug Radio. You can visit the site, powerplugradio.com. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then you can join the conversation at 727-686-0512. All right? So, yeah, welcome back to Bits of Tea once again.
Yes,
where we share, real life experiences and aha moments. All right? Raw, stimulating convos on all things from daily life to spirituality and everything in between. All right.
As always, like I want to always come in and say thank you again to Power Plug Radio. Big ups. Thank you all for just having us here on this platform. We love you guys. And let's get into it. Man.
Yeah. So we're just going to dive into some vibe talk, but let's catch up first of all. Okay, let's go over our weekend. Ooh. Just in case anybody was wondering what we've been up to. Do you want to give them a
quick update with it? Man, a briefing? If I could explain the weekend in one word, it would be exhilarating.
Oh my God.
That's what I would say. Yes.
Yeah. So you guys, this weekend we celebrated our daughter's birthday. Little Miss Princess Kimora turned 8 years old, and we decided to give her a full weekend of fun with her homegirls. So we hosted 7 little girls.
What it sounded like at first, like, let me just be honest. When you was delivering the itinerary for what was going on, and when you said 7 little girls, I got a little bit nervous. I got a whole lot nervous. Cause I was like, man, number one, we hadn't hosted anybody in the house since all of this stuff was going on. So this was like one of the first, like, okay, let's everybody come and get together. But 7?
7 girls. But y'all, this is how dope it was.
But it was dope, yes.
We decided to have a small little get together in the house, right? Intimate with the people, a few people that we love. So the little girls came over, their parents were there. We had a dope ass party, okay? We were at the house cutting up. It was so much fun. Everybody left at the perfect time, like around 10 o'clock. And the girls just played all night, and then they ended up watching a movie in the living room. They were all, in their sleeping bags. It was beautiful.
They were wonderful. They were precious.
And then we had a full weekend of fun. So Saturday was full of events. Sunday was full of events. And, we wrapped it up like Sunday evening at 8 p.m. And it was just, we needed a day off. We needed to take a day off before we got back to work. Okay? Let me just put it like that.
Yes.
But,
it was exhilarating. It was really, really fun. We actually hit up the Selfie Museum. That was the last one. That was a different experience. That was pretty cool.
We went to the Selfie Museum.
Yeah, the kids enjoyed that.
Yeah, totally not what I expected it to be.
But it was cool.
But it was really, really cool. They had so much fun. And then shout out to our boy Johnny over at Drip Ybor. He has an amazing art studio.
Yes.
And he is just full of magic. And he really took care of us and provided such an experience for us. And I just can't.
Man, he had photographers in. It was a lot of people in there. Like people doing makeup. We were doing pottery. We was painting. I mean, it was so much fun. That was great.
So that was our weekend. But now let's dive into today.
Okay.
Because today was what was all the things. Like, vibe talk, I'm ready to just dive in.
Let's do it then.
Today was absolutely wonderful. Today's Magical Wednesday. It's my favorite day of the week. Y'all already know. And I went to 1 Million Cups this morning, sat in and just connected with some really amazing people. And
This time she was a spectator, guys.
I was a spectator.
Yes,
this time
she was a
instead of pitching.
spectator. Yes.
And it was super awesome because connections were still made. And I had my own session with my own mentor and coach. And that was just so amazing. And then I was honored to also be of service to her and,
That exchange of energy. Yep.
And the biggest takeaway, I think, is like when we stay in the I want energy, the I want.
I like this one. Yeah.
It's hard for us to be in the I have energy.
Yeah.
And you can't play in both. You can't
Because they're
play
two
in the
different
want.
energies.
Yeah. They contradict each other.
Yeah.
Because if you want insinuates that you don't have.
Facts.
And so you can't play with both at the same time. You can't be in the I want energy and in the I have energy. And so where I am in my timeline of growth, I found myself in one particular area where I was in that I want energy.
I think we can all find ourselves in that I want energy, period.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Yeah,
It's
like
normal.
as described, the I want energy is only right here. You can't see yourself
it has
outside
shape.
of that. It has shape. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just being able to identify what I already have that's in support of my vision was a really, really big deal for me. It was just because I had a moment yesterday. I'm gonna be honest. Let's
be
real.
transparent. Let's be transparent
Be
real
real.
quick. Let's be transparent.
Although I always say entrepreneurship is not the goal, I am an entrepreneur. Okay, I don't say that it's not the goal because there's something wrong with being an entrepreneur. No, I say that it's not the goal because there's something more that's bigger.
Right,
Like, you can
absolutely.
do more and have more outside of the realm of entrepreneurship. And so being an entrepreneur for so many years, you are going to experience all emotions.
Right. Correct.
And that's just a part of it because the more you grow and expand, the more you invite in, and your ego, okay, which can look like sabotage,
Right.
will always show up to keep you where you are for
Right.
survival.
Right.
You know, because of the unknown. And so I forgot where I was going.
Where keep you in survival, the unknown.
Where was I going with this?
I don't know. Yeah, what you mean? Like you want me to snatch it out your head every single time? You know what I'm saying? You want me like you want this magic bubble to appear, and me just be like, you know what?
Okay.
This is what you was talking about.
Right.
You know, because I be in it.
I think she was just saying, like, you know, being an entrepreneur, you have to kind of set yourself
Oh my God,
up
thank
you.
for the unknown.
Girl, see, you had
'Cause
me.
you just don't
Listen,
know.
listen.
Like,
Hey.
every day is
I'm
like,
glad you had it.
Yeah.
Cause I get sucked in.
Like,
I'm
thank
like,
you
huh?
so much. You really had your
I
girl.
get sucked in like this.
She
I be like
pulled me
this.
right back in.
Like, I was like
she
this.
said, no. This is where we was at. Right here. Okay, so as an entrepreneur, thank you so much, Chandra. You brought it back.
She had you with the assist that time,
She really
cause
did. Like, cause you sure
she had you. I sure didn't. Cause you know what? This is what I was doing. I was like, ooh,
It sounds so good.
it
What
sounds
is
so good. And then
Like
it was
you ain't
like,
hear it before. That's crazy.
right. I'm like,
You know what? You
and then the
terrible.
next thing I know, I'm like, oh, cause you abruptly quit talking sometimes. I'm like, I'm wanting to know what's next.
Well, no, Jay didn't know she had
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Listen.
Oh my God. That's
Listen,
so
the ball
funny.
went out on me. Hey,
It really
you know
did.
what the
Thank
hell?
you, Chandra. Oh my God. So yes, that's where I was at.
Oh, that was
an
a terrible
entrepreneur-
part.
As an entrepreneur, you're gonna experience all of the feels. Okay, so all of my entrepreneurs out
That's
there,
true.
you know, you are not alone in how you feel. If you feel like you need to go get a job today, right now, that's how you feel, and it's a real feeling. But guess what? No,
That's
that's not the answer.
facts.
But anyway,
You are-
so my moment yesterday.
Break it up.
My moment yesterday was a real ass moment. Like, I found myself, you know, in a
I had
in
to
a
be the catalyst
space
for that one.
of like, yo, everything am I doing it right? Am I missing something? Like, I brought myself to tears and everything, y'all, because I was really feeling, I was allowing myself to feel everything that I felt right there.
Facts.
And it was just the resonance of defeat, not defeat, but resonances of it. Like, just feeling like, damn, like I've been working so hard for so long and I'm still not here yet. But where is here? And who says that you got to be here at this time?
gonna say that. Don't put a cap on it.
What
Right.
you yes.
You have to, just for your sanity.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
Because you don't have the answer. You know what you want to do. You know
Right.
what you want.
Right.
Right.
Sometimes you don't know how you're gonna get there. So
Right.
you're trying different things, and different paths. You try different paths. Some
Exactly.
of them are not good. Some of them are good.
Exactly.
Some of them smooth. Some shit is rocky.
Right.
But you have
Right.
to go through it. You got to go through the
Facts.
process.
And the thing is that you just gotta keep going. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. You just
Push
gotta
through.
You just gotta push through.
Push through.
Y'all
That's
seen
it.
that?
That's it.
That's when
Yeah.
that motivation, that self motivation.
It does.
That's it.
It does.
That's
That's such
it.
a good tip. I think I want to zoom and highlight that. Like, if you are out here expressing yourself through entrepreneurship, or you want to, just know that yes, you are going to feel all the feels. But the important part about what you feel is that you still must push through. And my tears and all, I pushed through yesterday because we still had things to do. We still had
did.
to go,
We
you know,
did.
downtown St. Petersburg so that we can connect and network with these
Exactly.
hotel managers so that we can get our name out here
Right.
for this vision that we want to create. And in the car on the way to the beach, tears in my eyes, I'm crying because I'm pushing through. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that at the end of the day, I'm not going to give up. I'm just having
Oh
a moment
no,
right
it is
now.
a
I'm
moment.
just having
It is a
right now.
moment.
Having your moment.
I'm having a
Sometimes
moment.
that feeling just overtakes you. Sometimes
It really do.
you gotta get it out.
I think the word job just be like, just put you to
It's a
tears
trigger
every
for me.
time. A
Every
job.
Bring this money.
I'm gonna shrink back down in my
So are we
seat.
gonna-
Don't you bring the job up? Yeah.
Right? Are do you want to share? How
We
you
might
were
as well
catalyst?
because they're gonna be like, why was she crying?
Right.
Well,
How did you get there?
How did we get
wanna
there?
Know more. You tell. Well,
I
go
was
ahead
the
and tell.
catalyst in that. That's what we
you
talk
was
about.
the catalyst because I was good. I was having a great day. I was
Y'all, listen.
feeling it. It hit to left field every time.
This is
And
what
she gonna hit me in the most worst way that black people love to do.
this what I did, y'all. Okay,
I'm
so
on the
I
toilet,
was like,
minding my business.
I have something I need to tell you. That's what it is. She was like,
And then what else did you say?
and I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing right now, because you about to get cleaned up and everything
I'ma
in the
tell you after
shower.
the
I'm gonna tell you
shower.
after you get out the shower. She was like, you better go over here and tell me right now, right? So I went over there. I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get a job, right? And with this job, let me tell you, I'm in a different headspace, okay? Like where the angle that I'm coming from, this is how my self-sabotage do me. It's slick.
Slick at the mouth.
So it was like, I'm not thinking of it from a lack perspective,
Or fear.
right?
Yeah.
Or fear perspective. Because I was saying all of that, right? So I was. And it was like, I'm just ready to jump in and like get the capital really quickly so that we can get to where we need to be, right? And that is just a normal thing. Like she says, we all go through it. Knowing in the back of my mind, I was like, I do not want to wake up at a set time to be up and to be in somebody's place.
Yeah.
Right. Ain't nobody doing that. Right.
And all I could think of-
so
what was
that's,
the fun?
well, I support you, whatever you do. And then she says, well, you've already did this before. You already know what the outcome is. You're overqualified. You can't really get what it is that you need, whatever. So, and I was like, yeah, I was convinced. I convinced myself, like, this is what needs to happen right now. And that's when, like, her moment was like,
Immediately.
she,
the
like, I
tears
saw the
came.
face at first. It was a face. It was just kind of like, oh man. And then that's when I opened up a whole world. I just said the word job and it was done. It was done. It was done. It was over. A job. Get the hell out of here.
I'm like, what am I not doing
What am
right?
I not doing
like,
right?
I'm frustrated. Like, it's my
Yeah.
fault. You don't want
So-
to work, and now she got to go back to work. And, I don't
Yeah,
have
it was
enough.
terrible.
And it was
It was
just
terrible.
a whole moment.
I had to shake it up a little bit. Hell, that's what it goes. That's how it
Y'all
go.
was
Just shake it up.
having a moment.
That was it.
I
That's-
literally.
That's what it is, really. And it was like, oh, back to reality. We good.
But the moments are necessary, though. Because the
You know
moment
what?
led
Yeah.
us to this day right
Ah.
here, where we were
Realizations.
we were realizations, but we were both blessed to be held in a session with my mentor. She
Oh,
actually
both of
held
us,
space
yeah.
for both of
She
us,
did.
and that was unplanned. But
Right.
that's just how it happened. So it's like she helped me realize the things that I need to right now for how I was feeling yesterday, which is literally just a perspective shift. It's like you're looking for something, a location. You feel as if you don't have a location, because that's where we're growing into
Into.
a bigger location. But
Yeah.
really, I'm growing into more expansion because I am the location. Everything
Man,
that I want
that was dope.
Everything that I want to do in the physical location, I'm already
doing
it
it.
now.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that.
You didn't see that.
I didn't see that.
Scared and upset.
Exactly. Exactly. And just not knowing, just moving and following what feels best, but still not knowing. You're never gonna know. You just move and you keep going.
That's
so
it.
the realization that, damn, I am the location, because here it is. I'm holding space for you right here.
Right.
My child is right there. I'm giving you a massage
It's
right
like,
here.
oh.
Like everything that I actually want to experience in a location, I'm already
I'm
doing
telling
it.
You don't be realizing that when you're in that.
It's them
that
clouds,
15-minute
man.
rant of,
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
lost, you know?
Yo, but this is the thing. Your focus, what is it?
What? Oh, you want it? Is it that phrase where your
Yeah,
your
the one
focus
that
goes,
you
energy
say.
flows. Where your focus goes, energy flows.
Or energy grows.
Energy
right?
grows. That's what you like to say. I like that. Energy grows. It's the same concept.
It's the
same
concept.
thing.
The more you focus on something, the
more
more of it
it's-
you create and more of it you receive. So if I continue to focus on what I don't
have,
have, I'm not gonna be able to
Identify
identify me as already having it. And I just made that realization today.
Blinded by the
Today.
bigness of doubt.
Girl,
Yo.
by the bigness of the doubt.
Yo.
That doubt cloud is so big. And it's like, it's imaginary. We create the doubt
Yeah.
Because you're blowing it up. with
It's
all-
way big.
with all
It's
the gas.
it's huge.
cloud. Right. We pouring into that doubt cloud.
It's blinding you.
Man.
I'm telling you.
It's big as hell.
When we start to shift that focus of reality and we start to see ourselves as already having it,
Yo.
again, getting out of the I want energy and into the I have energy, now I'm already now at this moment being directed in all the ways that's in support of the vision, which is a physical location, a big one at that. Because I'm not growing into a bigger location. I'm just growing into more energy.
Right.
Because I'm showing up in more spaces. I'm speaking to more people. I'm
Right.
connecting to
Right.
more people. And people are plugging me into different things now.
Right.
So it's just like, oh,
Clunk,
wow.
clunk,
Everything
clunk,
that I
clunk,
wanted to do in this location that I had in my head
Yeah.
is everything that
Yeah.
I'm doing now.
So that's the work behind everything.
Oh,
Stuff
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
People
yeah.
don't see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys riding out to go to the beach.
Yes,
Right.
the hand and foot.
Hand and foot.
Having these breakdowns because that's
Yes.
part of it too. That's the part you don't see.
Nobody
Yes.
sees that.
The end result. And,
Yes.
you know, it's just like nobody want to deal with the work.
Okay.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's
It's
the
like-
part that make you break you right there.
Exactly. Oh, girl. When I say my knees have been broke many times, I ain't give up though. But my knees have been broke. I'm like, okay, God, I'm on my knees. I'm on my knees. I'm finna throw in the white towel, but I just can't do it because I know I can't get a job.
I know.
I can't get a job. Like that's not for me. I wasn't made that way.
Man, that's all it was, But yeah, man, the
Man.
catalyst in that.
And-
It was a beautiful
Yeah.
lesson to come into today.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
appreciated
even
that.
you were even red to filth, honey.
I was
and
red to filth.
Put all your business on Front
They
Street.
sure was.
It's hard when you partner also.
Man.
But you're like, y'all about to go to.
Come on,
We're going
now.
together. Let me stop.
We sure are. We going to the depths together to the.
tip service. A1.
Girl, you said
Whoa.
tip service?
Ain't nobody, man.
Y'all both doing
listen.
Uber and shit. Like, okay, it's the cart. Like, we all.
Yo, what is wrong?
Yo, that's
What is
real.
wrong? Nah,
I mean, you gonna waste them people time.
waste them
Right.
time because you're gonna be there,
Somebody
right?
else coulda had
You're gonna
that.
be in that job and be like, what the hell
I'ma
am I
walk
doing?
out
I'm
in
trying to
2
get out of
weeks.
here. Listen, I gotta
wrap
go.
my head around this. Like a lunch break. What's that?
What
I
is
take a break when I
that?
want to.
I don't
Right.
even know what that is.
Like I can't sit in a cubicle. I
I
can't.
can't.
Yo,
Can't do
Can't.
it.
And then what about going
That was
to
a
bathroom,
moment.
like bathroom breaks? Like,
Right. Are you serious?
I gotta
No, I
ask
can't.
permission.
I've walked out of many jobs. Literally walked out of them.
That would be the hardest thing, especially when you know you've made money out here. You
That
know what I'm
piece.
saying?
That is-
And then there's no
That piece.
Nobody
It's no
over
compare.
here
It's just
telling you go back to it's time for you to get back on the computer.
That's it right there.
right.
All
That's
that
it right there.
now. That's the
Yeah.
You make that first dollar, you ain't going back.
I want to highlight what you just said. Like, when you work for yourself, you do. It's a fact. You pay yourself more than any
That's
man
true.
can pay you.
That
but
is
we
so
don't
true.
identify that because we wear all the hats and because we're the ones funding the business, funding the dream. We don't necessarily
We
see
don't
the
see it.
money tangibly, but the money exists as a microphone, headphone,
Right,
equipment,
this
your
building,
phone,
this
the
assets.
the assets. So for all my creators and my entrepreneurs out there, like
Look around.
like whenever you are in these spaces of like you feel low, allow yourself to feel that, but also know that it's temporary. It's just you're growing and expanding. So of course, the more you grow and expand, things are gonna come up to help you realize some things,
Right.
so that you can make those perspective shifts, and that you can continue to grow into who you were made to be. Because now that I have this shift, I like everything that I want is now. It's already happening now.
That's what's up.
Check it out. Ask yourself, well, what did it look like 2 years ago?
Right.
That's a good one. Yeah. What did it look like? What did it look like?
Paper, journal,
It journals, paper. Yeah.
bunch of journals.
But you're doing it now. So
Yes.
you're doing
Right.
something.
You have to be.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
You
it.
have to be.
That's a beautiful. That's beautiful.
you gotta
Yeah, and
look
when
at
you
that.
think about going to a job, and that job say they paying you $15 an hour,
I'm like,
go back to your books, excuse me, and see how much you just made in the last week, and divvy that up by the amount of hours.
Right.
Okay, by the time you would have put into that job, do the math.
do the math. Do the math.
I don't think
Do the math.
nothing's compared to the freedom that
That's it.
At all.
That's it. That's
At
it.
You know what I'm saying?
all.
Like if you decide to do some computer work at
Yeah.
home, you can still
do
be
that.
at home. You
Absolutely.
Know, nobody's schedule but your own.
That's beautiful.
So that's the beautiful side of it. So you have time to be creative.
That's
exactly.
Like it's hard to be part time at a job. You're not 100% on what you.
Oh, that is the worst.
Because I don't think you ever get to what you're
Right.
trying to do because you're so got this other thing.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
at the same time, you do have to be in it 100%. To
You
have
really
to.
do it.
That's the only way that's
That's
going to get
it.
done. If you put half-ass energy into anything, you're going to get
Get
the half-ass
half-ass.
return.
Yeah.
You get the half-ass return, and you cannot do both. Like you can cultivate your creations, and
Right.
you can cultivate your purpose and your passion at a job. Yes. Yes, that's like the safe and logical thing to do. Okay, if you're not the type to just jump out the window like me and Chandra, without building the plane. Oh, building.
See,
the plane
I'm running to build the plane first. Can we build the plane first?
Chandra,
Y'all like no,
You got your
no.
parachute?
You coming? You coming or not?
Listen, but you need those type of people in your life that do build planes.
Come on,
you
Leon.
do.
Thank you.
But you need also people like me and Connie over here that just
You do.
like gotta tell you, come on, let's
That's
go.
right, let's
We gotta
go.
do it. We can
Both
build
are
this
required.
thing.
And
on
I'm
the
like,
way
okay, let me
down.
close. I'm like, this way. I'm gonna close my eyes. Okay,
You know?
Yeah.
let's go.
Those types of people, I
trust
think
you.
they balance
Yeah.
each other out.
That's
Absolutely.
that
Like I say
man.
about me and Shar, the other owner of Power
Yeah,
Club
yeah.
Radio. Like she's like that. She wants
She's
to
the
build
structure,
plane.
you're the
Yeah, I want to build it
I'm
first.
like, man, let's see if this thing fly right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Just
know the
plug
one
it in.
wing off, but
Yeah,
exactly.
Just plug it in.
No, that's so necessary because of the structure and foundation that is required.
Yeah.
Like even though you're an entrepreneur and you have so much freedom
Right.
to do whatever, however, you do still need that structure and freedom. You
Structure.
still do need that masculine energy, which is what that is. That's
Yeah.
foundation.
Structure, it is.
But then
It
you
is.
also need
It
the
is.
feminine energy, which is the flow.
Just let it
You
go.
need the structure for the flow.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to flow without structure.
Yeah.
It's just going to be resistance and challenges. So both energies coincide; they work together, and
And that's a balance
masculine
within
is that-
in
that's that
self,
structure.
within self too. Just
Yeah.
that flow. Allow yourself to flow sometimes. Allow yourself to have that structure sometimes. That's what I was learning. I'm telling you, I was too much structure. What? Time. This one over here.
Too much flow.
I hope we gonna get there when we get there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We
I'm like,
hey, we always on time.
Right. And the reason why we kind of like that is because, like, I don't want to be stressed out. You know?
Okay, I mean, I get it. I get
I
it.
don't want to feel that anxious or that that rush feeling.
See.
I can't deal with that.
My father used to say, "Be on what is it? The I-10 by 10." That's what he would always say. We need to get on the I-10 by 10. I'm like, what the
What does that mean?
we need to. You already know what it means.
I know what it means now.
You right.
I know what it means now. I'm just learning.
Yeah, you military, so it's
create
like
structure.
structure.
It'd be too much going on in my brain to be having that stress like that. Like, I'm
Right.
going to do it when I do it.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna pace myself.
Right.
I like
Take my
that.
little time.
Because at the end of the day, I know I'm going to do it.
Right.
Exactly. But what
Yeah.
I can
My heart
honestly
used to
admit
be-
though, yeah. But you introduced structure to me with the calendars,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the planners,
Right.
and being able to just create like a plan of action.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
A
yeah, yeah.
system.
Right.
Your something to follow, and I love that because I've been able to flow in that.
That
I've
is
been able to
true.
create my own structure to flow within.
Right,
So it's like, okay, I know that I'm getting ready to launch now in 44 days.
Right.
Now, I didn't have that before. I know that now in 44 days and
This is what's
6
happening.
weeks, I got a launch coming out. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I also know that what's required for this launch is for me to show up. Okay, I have a whole 44 days to show up any way I want to, as long as I show up every single day.
Period.
Right. And even in those showing up every single day, it's like, all right, I got a couple of options of how I can show up. I can show up through a post. I can show up on a story. I can show up, in a live. I can show up so many different ways now within that structure of the foundation of showing up every day in
Okay.
preparation for a launch.
That's
That's
it.
what it looks like for me. But
Yeah.
I'm just now getting there. Like
Yeah,
now,
it was
just
trial
now
and error.
recently.
That was like trial and error. You know what I'm saying? Like working with both energies. It used
just
to be
learning.
like, from this time to this time, this is how we're gonna. She's like, she tried it that way, and it was like, that's not gonna work. So then it
I
ended
did. I
up
tried
just being like,
different ways.
okay, between this hour or this 2 hours, whatever you need, this X amount should be executed.
Yeah.
No, let's not. It's just you got flow within that.
Give me a space.
Give
Like,
me
give
a
me a couple
space.
of hours.
Yeah,
Give me a
to knock
space.
down,
Yeah.
one or two things. Give me, but I don't want to be like 12 to 1. You got to finish this. 2 to
that
3.
ain't gonna work
That
for me.
nope.
'Cause it ain't
Y'all
gonna
like
get
get
done.
done.
y'all
It
like
will not get done.
see
It's
y'all.
I shut down. So I don't know
Right.
what
I
I'm
procrastinate.
thinking.
Yeah.
See, y'all operate
Me.
like the spectrum
me.
people. Y'all operate just like the spectrum people. And we need to know, the structure people need to know when y'all gonna be here because we got stuff to do.
tell
They
you
say
now.
we gonna be here between 2,
Between 8 and 12.
8 and 12. I'm like,
Can't give you a set time, but somebody just needs
so
to be there between these
I'm
hours.
stuck at this point. I'm like, I can't do
tell
nothing
you.
at 8. I can't do nothing at this time.
Yeah.
Y'all just like the
Listen,
spectrum people.
Within that hour, I probably got I'm gonna think about it for about a good 45 minutes to kind of bust it out of them.
You know what I'm saying?
And always tell me pressure makes diamond.
And it do. And it do.
And it do though.
Okay.
That's hilarious. 45 minutes of thought. Like, for real. How am I do this now?
Right.
Because I got to get it done. It's like, wow. Damn.
That's facts. That's like, but that's beautiful though that
Yeah.
that we can work together in that scene. Because I
Yeah.
actually wanted to learn how to flow. Because it was like, man, I'm doing this, and I find myself, like you said, getting stressed out, etc. And it's like I don't want to feel like that.
Right.
So
right.
that's-
Remember
yeah.
you had that you grew through time because it used to piss her off, like agitate her for boots, child. That my time I just was just so lenient with time.
Yeah, I was like, why you
Lenient
so
with time.
lenient?
It would trigger her because of the corporate.
I'm tapping the damn
Gotta get that
face.
corporate up out
Right. That's all she did, though. Oh, she
corporate
did.
strand.
Yeah. She's like, we gonna tear this up.
The corporate
That's what it was. Yeah.
For real. But you did help
Mix
me
you in the-
realize. You did. You helped me realize or to better respect time. So even
That's
though
true.
Yeah.
I bettered my or enhanced my relationship with time.
There you go.
Because I started to value my time more.
Right.
So it's like, I may not be the type that's going to be on time every single time to something, but I can at least be appropriate in that. Like be appropriate with how I spend my time.
Right.
And just show up better with time. Show up better with time. Not taking so much time for granted
That's
and
true.
really just not showing up in all the spaces that I know with the time I have. Because when you think about energy, time is not linear, but when you think about everything is energy and time was created. And so it's just like time is energy. And so you need time. People want more time, but how does time want to be spent? How does time want to be spent? If you are spending your time in ways that are making you feel low,
That's
you're
always
gonna
a
always
question.
feel you're gonna always
Yeah.
feel like you don't have enough time because how does time want to be spent? Are you spending your time in ways that you would want to be spent if you were time?
Right.
And that's what I asked myself those types of questions and would journal and do the inner work surrounding that. And that's how I was able to reestablish a connection with time to where now I am time. And so me and time work together. So it really is the truth for me now that I'm always on time and I'm always around the right people at the right time. Like you see, we came because my session was running late. We did not stress at all, girl. We laughed and parlayed all the way down.
Yeah.
And then we got here and it was just like, you already had set it back to 5:45. So it's like, wow, you took it. It was already taken care of. Like there was really
already done.
but if I didn't have that relationship with time and if I didn't have,
Right. Be like, we
if
late.
I would,
and
we would cause all
agitation.
type of agitation, irritation.
Show would have been all rickety.
We would have been probably blaming each other.
Right, the show would have been all rickety.
Girl,
like
if it was like, girl,
it's silent moments. Like, what is going on?
It
The
would've been
energy
fake
is janky as hell.
Stank,
Like,
stank.
I'm gonna go out and do it all over again.
Right. So asking those types of questions for all those who, may resonate with where I was with time. You know what I'm saying? If you want to enhance or be able to experience having more time and becoming time, ask yourself, how does time want to be spent? You know, put yourself in time's shoes. If you were time and you was being of service to everyone, how would you want to be spent? Would you want to be spent, you know, feeling this way, or would you want to be spent feeling that way? Like, take yourself down the rabbit hole of, you know, time in a different perspective, and you will learn a lot. Trust me.
Yeah, you will learn a lot. Yeah, I enjoyed that, really. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Yeah, me too. That was so good.
That was so good. Yeah, it was. So,
so we get ready to take a music break real quick, y'all. I already know what it is. We'll be back.
You're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams. listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams.
Welcome back, you guys. As you know, our breaks be lit, okay? Conversations be so good. But hopping back into this vibe talk about entrepreneurship and just some of the things that you're going to experience if you are on this journey. Even just outside of entrepreneurship, creativity, creation, expressing yourself out into this world through your own creations. When you start a business or you put yourself out there that way, it is very vulnerable, very vulnerable. And so, you know, it's expected to feel scared. You're gonna have these emotions. However, again, just continue to follow through with what you feel and just continue to push through.
I think for me, when it came to the idea of after graduating Cortiva, it was really, I've always wanted to do this regardless. It was, I was in corporate and just being innovative with corporate and just doing things inside there to make my life a little bit easier. You know, it would upset and ruffle some feathers of the suits, of course. I call them the suits. Like the Men in Black, that's what they act like. But anyways, the suits, and then at the end of the day, it was I'm still not satisfied. I want to be able to do a little bit more. So, I mean, I dabbled in making children's chairs. I've made furniture, and then there's a lot of ideas that I had out there, but it was never supported. You know, I felt like I was unsupported because I'm I can't work 40 hours a week and also try to put in another 40 hours within my creation.
That's what Chandra was saying right before the break. You can't. It's hard to be part-time at a job and be part-time in your creation. Yeah.
So, and with that, I've always wanted to do this. So by meeting you, and then was okay, I want to do something that's going to be impactful as well. Right. And then you already had a plan, and I was the vision was great. I'm yeah, let's do this. Right. Yeah. And to be honest with you, although I was nervous as all hell, I was ready to cannonball. I was you know what? It's either, I was put my toe in, if I put my toe in,
it's gonna be too cold.
It's gonna be too cold. You know what I'm saying? But if I jump in,
you gotta go all in.
Cannonball. That's it. And then boom, here we are.
Yeah.
So that tug of war again. It's challenging, but
it is.
This is all worth it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
For me.
No, for real. That's it. I want to share some of my thoughts with you guys. So our creations carry so much passion, right? Enough to change someone else's life through inspiration. Because really our creations are the solutions to our own problems.
Right.
You know, that's the reality of it. And so when we are figuring out what it is that we want to do, or what it is that, you know, what's my purpose? What am I here to do? What is it that I want to do? You know, you really have to look through your pain. You have to acknowledge your pain. Because
that's a different perspective right there.
Well, think about it. What you are expressing yourself in ways to impact somebody else's life, but why? What stemmed up in you to want to help somebody else get through this? What have you gone through?
Right.
You know, that's got you feeling like you want to, you know, you need a solution. You need a solution. And so when you think about it, your creations are solutions to other people's problems, but they're solutions to our problems first.
Right.
And so a really, 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 you know, quick and easy way, very accessible way to finding out or tapping into your purpose. And your purpose is very expansive. It comes in many different ways, shapes, forms. It's beautiful. However, like I said, the quickest and easiest way to tap into what that is to go through your pain. Acknowledge the shit that you keep ignoring and sweeping under the rug.
Right.
Because that's where it is. That's where it lies. And when you express the creations that you find from those depths, those creations are the ones that actually have the most capacity to sustain your life financially because of the amount of impact that it holds for somebody else's life. Life supports life. And so I'm going to read some more. So overexertion in so many directions, we all do this, okay? This is to only ignore the pain this is a barrier that we create, separating ourselves from our truth, healing, and liberation. We all fall guilty of this. This is something that is normal that you feel on this journey, okay? We overexert ourselves in so many ways because we're keeping ourselves distracted. But when we do that, we keep ourselves overexerted in all these ways. We're giving bits of energy to so many different things and getting that bit of energy in return. When the whole time you can just acknowledge the thing you don't want to acknowledge, find the solution, and then boom, that
That's
one
it.
solution out of
That's
all
the
the
spark.
many solutions that you have, boom, can now set you free financially. Now you're able to sustain your bills at least.
Right.
You know? Like now you're able to cut back on that 40-hour week at least.
At least.
Right? Now you're able to at least pay your mortgage or your rent.
Right.
You know? And that's what it is. So the deeper that we go within ourselves and really acknowledging that pain and the stuff that we feel and that is still so relevant, but that we just choose not to acknowledge, we're going to be stuck in these cycles.
Okay, so I'm going to challenge you. It's not even a challenge, right? Before you continue real quick, right? So I want to go back to the purpose. Let's go back to purpose. Now, I always like to say, like, when people out here find their purpose, and again, it may not be entrepreneurship, but look at
Right.
purpose as, you know, you smiling at somebody and making their day could be a purpose. You taking care of somebody's elderly grandfather could be your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
in like purposes do not, I just want to emphasize, do not always mean like you're going to be making millions and millions and billions, gajillions of dollars. Okay. I just wanted to make that clear.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
I wanted to make that clear. That's
Your
it.
purpose. I feel like I feel like we all share a common denominator when it comes to purpose. Although every single one of us is individual and just so beautiful and unique, our purposes all share one thing in common, and that is to be of service.
That's it.
In some way, shape, or form. Like to literally impact another person's life. Whether that's in a
There it
quote
is.
unquote good way or a higher vibrational way or quote unquote bad way or a lower vibrational way. Either way,
Right.
the impact is to be made, because whatever it is that you are creating and expressing in this world is a catalyst for another outcome. Your creation plays a part in another outcome in this world.
Right.
And so for those of us, like I said, just like finding our way, acknowledge the pain that you keep ignoring, you know, and you'll get there quicker. So we keep ourselves in cycles of the unknown and anxiety and insecurity, excuse me, all for the sake of not facing the ugly, painful truth. Acknowledging the pain is what ignites the creations capable to set your life free from generational, economical, and societal conditioning. So you really do have the keys to break those generational curses, but those keys lie inside of the pain. That's the power. There's power in that pain.
So that goes to
Shout out
like,
to
if
Rock.
you ever find yourself in chaos, in chaos is where you find yourself.
Yo, I love that. If you ever find yourself in chaos,
In chaos
in
is
chaos
where you find yourself.
Yeah, that's
know.
so true. And the chaos is where you find yourself.
It is.
I guess sometimes that's when
yeah.
you see where you lack a lot of things.
Yes.
Or I guess the ugly truth of stuff you can't do, or I don't know.
Man.
Just it's just yeah, you just that's where you just find the stuff that's really really bad about yourself.
Well,
Man.
right.
You come
Right.
into a realization like, dang, I do that.
Right.
And then that's how you
Right.
correct the
Exactly.
Right.
issue you're having versus, acknowledging, okay, I this is a
But
issue.
Chandra, how
Yeah.
would you be able to correct it without the awareness that it exists,
I know,
right?
but that's the thing that you I guess you continuously do it and you see like, oh, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like your mom and dad say you keep on bumping your head.
Right.
And you get the same result.
Right.
Or the what's that thing where the insanity?
Oh, the
Yeah.
definition of insanity is doing
Yeah.
the same thing
Over
over and
and
over
over. And expecting a
again.
different
Yeah,
result.
it's like
Yeah.
hitting
So-
that dead horse.
And that's
yeah.
the thing. So that's why when you see people losing it, they keep bumping their head on
That's
the same
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting out of it.
Yeah.
That's
it.
exactly what it is. A lot of times we don't know what it is that doesn't necessarily belong to us until we get to a point where it no longer serves us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like if you grew up in a household that did not have communication, you're gonna grow up thinking that's normal.
Yeah, that's
Right.
normal.
That's true.
I was just
Yeah, until you come into somebody
So,
different.
there you
Exactly.
go.
I have
Come
an
into
example.
a situation that's
Exactly.
different to make you realize,
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
time
That-
Right.
it's been wrong.
So for
Right.
instance, there was this young lady who she does not say, please and thank you because she was never taught. She's like my grandparents, my mom, nobody ever, never, they don't say that in the house. We never grew up like that. Like, I was never taught that.
Right, that's it.
Right.
You being
It was
judgy.
like,
Don't be judgy, y'all, because
Right,
everybody wasn't
like-
brought up the same.
But she didn't know that it wasn't something. She didn't know that it like manners was something that people have and do.
Wow.
Because that's not a part of her reality. She was cultivated in that. She was born into that. That's not hers.
Yeah.
So until she grows and until she has experiences to where how she's been expressing no longer serves her, meaning you're gonna get checked by someone for not saying please and thank you. That's the awakening right there. That's the reality that not that it's wrong, but this is something that is existing in your world. Like, you don't say please and thank you. You don't have manners, and
Right.
it's like, I don't have, like, what is manners? Like, what is that? I was never taught that.
Wow.
And now
The
she
unawareness
has
of manners.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But think about it. She was born into
To that, yeah.
She was not. She didn't choose not to have manners.
Right.
She was born into an environment.
She wasn't
She
shown.
wasn't taught manners
Yeah.
because of her environment.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And so it got to a point where she's just now becoming aware of this thing because here it is, her just living, being, not using her manners.
Right.
And that no longer is that paradigm for her is no longer serving her no more because she made the choice to be better. And so she's getting checked now for not having manners because here it is. She's not aware that she doesn't have manners, but she is aware that she wants to become a better person. She's just not sure how to become a better person.
Even that whole time where she's not realizing that this manners thing matters.
Right.
She could have been going through a whole bunch of craziness in her life because she
There you go.
manners.
She didn't have no
saying?
manners. Like, I'm wondering why.
And she's like, people don't like me.
And that's
Right.
no, it ain't even that was
Whole
great. That was
Western.
That's
I've had
facts.
know what I'm
conversations
saying?
with
That's
this beautiful
facts.
young lady, and it was
you
yes.
don't put that in your
Life
head.
shows you what you
makes
believe to be
sense.
true. Life shows you what you
Nobody
believe to be
likes
true.
me, and you don't even understand. It's just the fact that you wasn't taught.
There
Well,
you
she-
go.
You know what she would
And you
say?
come off a little crazy.
Exactly.
Well, she always say people used to always say I'm mean, like in high school people always say, and she really didn't know why. Like, I don't know why. Like, I really don't know why. And
And the sweetest
we had
thing.
all this sweetest thing.
Wow.
And we just had such a great conversation, and I didn't know that she didn't have manners.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know she wasn't taught this. I'm just being brought this awareness now. This was months ago when we had a conversation, but it makes sense now. It's like all the things that her story that she told, it makes sense. It's like, and think about it. She was not aware because this is something that she was born into. And so think about how many of us are born to the things that no longer serve us.
Your upbringing too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all about
just
that.
So crazy.
Yeah.
because you don't know.
You don't.
Born.
You don't know
how
until
your
you know.
parents are.
You don't know until you know.
Yeah, so.
But when we are brought the awareness, because we are always brought the awareness. The moment that we make a decision to become better, and we actually take strides to become better, so many things will start to rise that no longer serve us. And it may feel rough in the beginning. It may feel like a rude awakening. It may feel kind of offensive, but it's just coming up so that you can realize the things that are no longer serving you and that you need to change because it's by your hand. Like, yes, you was born into it, but you were still
you don't have to
obligated.
stay that
You
way.
still have to unlearn what you were born into.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
like,
And
yeah, you are a
relearn.
victim. It's not to negate the fact that you are a victim to
Right.
this thing,
Right.
but unfortunately, you still have to take the responsibility of unlearning this
Gotta
thing,
take that turn. you
right?
know?
And
I
so-
wish I would come up back in the day and not say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, thank you, please.
Girl, I would be 6 feet deep.
I would be 6
I wouldn't
feet
even be here right now to
deep.
record.
Right,
You
What?
gonna say thank you.
right.
Exactly.
What is going on?
But, no judgment at all because
It
her
isn't.
generations of people didn't operate like that.
Yeah.
Her mother and her grandmother and her mother and, and so forth. They didn't use that. They didn't use manners. And it could come from a long line of,
Yeah. Thinking
slavery
really-
and stuff. Who
people
knows?
are so
Hell.
bad.
Yeah,
because-
I'm really glad that you was that friend to just
Yeah,
bring
to
that
open
up,
that up.
and open that up, and her to be
Well,
receptive.
no,
was you the one?
I was not the one.
Oh,
No,
it was just a
I'm
conversation?
sharing a conversation somebody else had with her.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah,
And that
I'm
brought her
sharing that.
awareness.
I don't know
Then.
how this is a conversation we are having. This has
Wow.
never been had
Oh,
with
we
her.
don't know if-
I'm sure that if I had this conversation, this
Ah.
is the type of conversations I have in my containers.
Yeah.
This is what you invest for. You invest in traditional or non-traditional therapy to help you make the link, to connect the dots. So you say to your therapist, you tell your story.
Okay.
And then the more you tell your story, the more the answers come out. But the therapist or the person holding space for you is there to help you and guide you in that with the proper questioning, and just the proper language and the terminology. That's what you invest in. And so if you want to be better, and you invest in yourself that way with traditional or non-traditional therapy, these are the types of breakthroughs that you make in those types of container. I know our people especially, we don't flow in the realm of therapy. We run away from it for some reason. Like we don't think that that's something that we need. And
we do, boy.
We do, but for me, what resonated with me was
okay.
non-traditional therapy. So me investing in my mentor and other programs is non-traditional forms of therapy.
Outside of the
but and even me,
psychologist,
what I offer is non-traditional therapy. Like I'm an expert in pain management, but my specialty is in transformation. And so I have created beautiful containers, intimate containers, to have these conversations with people that go from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
It's very fast alchemy, very fast. To tell a story. You all the answers are in the story. We just literally alchemized this girl's life. If she was sitting right here, she would leave with her life changed, because now it's like, wow, this whole time I've been having these experiences all because I don't have manners. Right. You can only make the change in the I. You can't change nothing else outside of you. Right. And so now knowing that manners will take you a long way, which is something that I was taught growing up, and it has brought me a long way. It's brought me a very long way. Yeah. And now with this awareness, she can take that and start implementing and embodying manners. And now she's getting ready to create so many other beautiful, more expansive experiences, ones that are desirable, that she actually wants to have. Yes, what happened?
So in the comment, I didn't know if that's why I was trying to face it towards you. So I didn't want to interrupt, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, family.
So, but down here, Donna Watson at the end.
Yes, I don't see this. I don't see it. What?
Me neither.
What am I looking for?
It wasn't. It's not in there.
Vogue, FYI.
Vogue FYI. What is that? Do we know what that is? Okay.
Okay, because you try to throw the ball to me real quick to try to catch that.
I threw it to you gently so I can move you into
what's this?
What is that? Did you see what it was? Okay, that's all it was. I want to make sure I want to, answer questions or whatever if you all saw that. But okay, that was nothing.
Donna, girl, let us know what you're trying to say, girl.
Yes, please.
Yes, please share.
Vogue for your information.
Right.
That's what FYI.
For your information.
Okay, for FYI, I saw that anyways. What I want to do, let's say too, to piggyback off of that is like, there are so many people that could benefit from somebody just telling them their own truth. Yeah. But I think there's the fear in being able to like go to a person and actually be like, yo, look, this is what how could we better do that?
How can who better do
How
what?
Anybody better do, as far as like, what I mean is, let me get my thoughts together because I've got a lot going on here. So when we want to tell somebody, hey, you don't have manners, right? Or
I got you.
You know what I'm saying now?
I got you.
Okay, how?
So,
yes, thank you.
So the first, I never want to tell. I'm not in the industry of telling people anything. I'm not in that industry. Because not everybody wants to be awake. The moment that you bring some awareness to somebody to awaken them out of the dream state.
I see you.
Okay.
I see you.
I know what the Vogue means. Voice of God.
Voice of God?
Yeah. For your information, voice of God. I guess that's what she was saying.
Oh.
That's what it said in the Urban Dictionary. I don't know.
Voice of God?
Right.
So what was that? What was that? So Deborah.
Yeah, I like that.
No, let us know. Voice of God. Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Intuition. Okay.
Intuition.
FY. Okay.
I love it.
Yeah. So
That's what she mean.
Okay. Give us some more feedback
on that.
On that. I'd love to know what it is that you are.
So first of all, you don't tell.
I'm not in the industry of telling anybody anything.
Right.
Because
ain't nobody ready to hear.
A lot of truths do hurt at the end of the day.
They do.
And I'm just not in that position. However, I am in a position of accountability and I am in a position of grace. So I will guide you with expertise so that you can tell your own self your truth. So you can
bring the awareness.
You're going to say it in the story. You're going to say
it in your story.
You're going to say all of what happened in high school. That was created from you not having manners. Right. And the more that we talk and the more that I question you and you question me and we talk, have a beautiful conversation.
Then boom.
Then the more is going to come out. And then eventually it will come out that you don't have manners. And you will say, well, I was never taught to say please and thank you. I didn't learn that. What is that? Mm-hmm. And then it's like we connect the dots. We connect the dots. Now, going back to these experiences to where you were called mean or whatever, think back to how you contributed to that outcome. What did you do or what didn't you do in that moment? it's always tied to the thing. Like, okay, you didn't have no manners. Manners go a long way. It's not just saying please and thank you. Manners is a form of respect.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if you just slick at the mouth, or, not having manners is not having manners. If you don't say please and thank you, I can only imagine, how you speak to people without manners. You know what I'm saying? Because manners is not just please and thank you.
Right.
Manners is body movement as well. Manners are respect. Manners is, it's different forms of like having manners and being polite or just being kind. You know what I'm saying? And so if you're not taught how to be kind, you're not going to be kind. You're going to be who you are, and you're going to receive the response. You're going to receive the reaction to that, and you're not going to know why. And then you're going to create more experiences. Now you may be fighting, you're getting kicked out of school, or you have arguments. You just have all these experiences that are tied to not having manners.
Right.
So now, like us, this is how it looks in a container when it comes to non-traditional therapy with me.
Right.
Like, and when you are able to uncover these details in such a short amount of time, you leave with the tangible action steps on how to evolve those experiences.
Right.
Okay, well, what can you do now? You know what I'm saying? That's in support of you having, people, or just being kind or having manners. Okay, just start having manners. Start to say please and thank you at the
and
very
see
minimum.
how the response is going to
Just
be.
start
That's
saying
it.
please and thank you.
Change it up.
Change it up. Change it up. And see, this is the value of therapy, because you're not going to be able to figure this out in the amount of time that you would with someone that's experienced in this by yourself. You're just going to be surrounded by those who were also born into their shit and who are still just living life like you do. Like, so they don't even realize that you don't have manners. You know what I'm saying? They don't even realize why they react or respond to you the way that they do. They're not even thinking of the fact that you don't have manners. They're just thinking that you just this way. Like, you just always got an attitude. You just, mean as hell.
I feel like every realization that I come to, especially with this one, it just allows me just to have more compassion for people. Yes. It really, truly does. It really, truly does.
That people don't take time to understand.
Man.
The thing is that everybody is different.
Yes.
So I always, try to understand the person. Like, okay, they said this for a reason. They could have been feeling some type of way.
Right.
They could have been having a bad day. Or, it's always giving them the benefit of that doubt.
Yeah.
Because, you're human.
That's it. Yeah.
You'll think about that for yourself, but it's hard to think about that for others.
It is.
Yeah. I feel like it's because we don't think about it for ourselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that goes on that communication thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we got to communicate.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We do.
Yeah. So it's just like, wow, it's like now I can really step back and just really be like, not offended, not upset, not offended, nothing, like, because it's like,
this is what you was born
into. Like,
damn.
you could actually look and
imagine shit you created over this time.
Right. So you guys, just sit down and listen to people's stories, and and it's always take yourself out. That's very, very important, to take ourselves out of the situation and really be present and listen to somebody's story. Yeah. Because just like Queen Coney said, it's in the story.
It's always in the story. It's in the
story.
Even myself, my story that I tell, I was telling a story of I want, I don't have, even this very moment. Like, I don't have, not realizing that I had it the whole time.
Right.
And was creating experiences up until now of what I don't have, which is just a physical location for my wellness center.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so realizing now that I do have it and that I am the location, what I actually want to experience is going to come into my reality that much more quicker. Right. Because of just that shift of perspective for myself.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, I love this Vibe Talk for sure.
I encourage anybody listening to this.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut you off.
I'm sorry. Did. It's okay. Go ahead, Ivan.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm really.
Go ahead. Encourage.
I got it. I was just going to say, I really encourage everybody listening to this to, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself in whatever way that feels good to you, intuitively in your body. And if this investment in yourself is in support of you being a better human, in support of you expressing yourself unapologetically, or in support of your creation, in support of all the desires of your heart, then it's a definite yes, go for it. Yes, you're going to feel like you can't afford it. Yes, you're gonna feel like you're not worth it. You're not worth. You're gonna have all the feels. Still do it. If it's coming
Push
up in your
through.
reality, if it's presenting itself into your reality, it's
do
for a
it.
reason. Take advantage of the opportunity and get some help. It's okay.
That's what I think. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. You know, and that was beautifully said. So, I mean, I hope somebody takes heed to that
We
and
all
really
need
just
support.
know that we all need it.
I have mentors with the S on the end.
Period.
You know,
Yeah.
people hold space for me, including you, Queen J.
I do.
You really
I do.
And
I
we
do.
need that. It doesn't matter how much money you make or have. You're always going to need support because your evolution.
That's it.
You know, change is inevitable, but growth is a choice.
Right. And then, like you said, it's constant.
It is.
Who made me realize that was Michelle Obama with her book Becoming.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, you know, like she said, you're constantly evolving. It's always something new.
always.
I agree
So
with
I'm
you.
like, who's prepared for all of that? You know what I
Exactly.
mean? To take on that because they don't know what's around this corner.
Right.
How you gonna react to it? You don't know if you're gonna have an allergic reaction.
That's
I don't know,
anything.
You know.
Could be anything.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it. You hit it on the head. Because we don't know, our ego holds us back. We stay comfortable in certain things because we don't know.
And ego is habit. You can associate that with
It's just-
habit.
and it's just survival.
Yeah,
That's all. It's just
survival.
survival. But the abundance and everything that we actually do want, the liberation is you got to push past it.
Yeah.
You got to push past that fear and continue so that you can create the experiences that you actually want to have. It's not to say that you can't live a great life and still work for someone or work for corporate. That's not true.
That's not true at all.
It's not true at all. It's not true at all.
Because entrepreneurship isn't for everybody.
It's
That's
not.
facts.
You get, if you feel fulfilled working for someone,
Right.
Right.
we're not downing. We just want
That's
you,
your purpose.
Yeah, that's what it is. We just want you to feel good about it and
Exactly.
and thrive on.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
We're just saying, like in entrepreneurship, it's like you do have to have tough skin.
You
It's
do.
not-
Man.
It's not a routine thing.
It's
Right.
not.
So
Right.
It's not for everybody.
And if you are in corporate and you love where you're at, it's because you're being treated well. It's gotta
Oh,
be.
yeah.
You're being treated well. The people over you
going
is
on, right?
yeah, they're doing their due
you
diligence.
love that company. You know?
Yeah,
Right.
they
And that
do.
could
They
be your
treat
purpose.
everybody
Treat you
well.
well,
That's
exactly.
it.
You ever had those been to those
Exactly.
You ever been to those establishments where it's like that one person has been there for like 23 years,
Man.
and they still got the same energy? Like, damn,
happy.
you still you
still here?
And then
Miss
that's like their
Jean?
top one, Miss
Miss
Jean.
Jean?
And Miss Jean is the top of her
Yeah.
game. Okay, like she done got like a share in the company and everything.
You
but
already
she still
know.
got this one position.
She know
but
the
she love
kids,
it. Like
The
you know,
CEO.
and those people are like, I want those people. I have one now,
Man.
and I want those type of people on my team.
Yeah.
So they have purposes. Everybody has a purpose.
Right.
Everybody's purpose is not to save the fucking world. It's just not. Everybody's purpose
I'm
is
not trying to
to
do
be
that
an owner
anyway.
of something. It's
yeah.
not. I don't, right.
World, you know.
That's
my
not
cape
my
on.
purpose.
Even though I used to be out here trying to save them. Let me stop.
Captain Save.
Let me say, for real. That's like I took that cape off a long time ago.
You
I'm
retired
like,
the cape?
yeah, I retired the cape. It's gone. I'm not saving
Somebody
nobody.
must have got her in a session or something. And she realized
Listen, take it.
this is what's holding you back.
Right.
All right.
Take it off. Retire it. Okay. All right. The cape did not choose me. Okay.
That's
like
Doctor
way
Strange.
too expensive right now.
Okay.
boy.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you.
No.
And again, you wanting to even feeling like you gotta save everyone. That's something you were born into. That codependency.
Yeah.
You was born into that. You was taught
That's
that.
the harsh truth.
You was taught that, and so you had to
It is.
unlearn
The harsh
that.
truth.
And then sometimes it makes you mad. You be
It
like,
does.
you
Right.
be looking at your parents like,
Ooh.
They did the best they.
I love
they
y'all, but
could
dang.
but yeah, they did the best they could.
With what
That's,
they had.
that's it. You know, I don't fault it, but it's
You know,
just
and
really.
some kids don't realize that until they have kids of their own.
Wow.
And they understand like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you have so much love for this person. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And you're gonna
Yeah.
forever help this
You're gonna
person.
take care of them as much as you can.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Wow.
you know.
That
was
so
a good one. Yeah.
That's real.
What's real is all get out.
real.
That's real.
But
wow.
think of this. It goes back to like what you tell us in your story.
That's true.
What you you didn't know you was codependent.
I didn't.
For years.
I had no idea what it was. I just
But
know.
you felt the response and the reaction and all the.
I want to help. I want to.
It was comfortable for you because that was a safe place. You know, it really wasn't, but it's
Right,
a safe
but,
place to in your
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
But look about it.
comfortable
It
there.
got
Yeah.
you. It got you here.
That-
you
yeah.
here now. But
It got me-
codependency Like,
got me.
you was rocking with it till about right here.
Yeah.
And then it no longer worked for you. It no
Right.
longer
It
served
didn't.
you because you made a commitment
Yeah.
to be bigger
Better.
and better. And it's
That's
like you
it.
can't be
Every
bigger
day.
and better codependent. You
can't.
Like with exercising, you know,
Ooh,
you hit a
yeah.
plateau, so you have to
Yeah.
change it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
To get to the next level.
That's it.
Exactly. You gotta change it up. Exactly.
Yeah, 'cause
you have
this
to-
realization
that
is like-
codependency can't go where you going, and you're not gonna be able to create what
Yeah,
you want
there's
with
no
that
room
energy.
for it. Yep.
And plus, I didn't want to live with this resentment. I didn't want to live with resentment and just like blaming and like I did for you and you didn't do for me. And I don't want to. I didn't want that. That
Yeah,
blame
that
stuff.
entitlement, like-
Knowing that you know, I'm doing it. But it's like I'm expecting something
Yeah,
back because
yeah.
I'm doing it. And it's like,
Right.
yo, like I said, nobody's asking me.
Yeah, to do it. Yep.
You know, and that's just like
that's a hard pill to swallow.
That's a hard pill to swallow,
Like
ain't
when
it?
I,
Like you doing all this stuff, they don't do the same.
they don't do the
level as you.
same nothing.
Right, and you feel some type
Yeah,
of way.
you feel some type of way.
Yeah, you do have
And
to
that-
realize everybody isn't like you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They not.
They not.
They don't have the same compassion.
Exactly.
They just you
Man,
don't.
I had to backpedal all the way out of that
it's
one.
a letdown.
But
It
it's
is.
even to today, it's still an unlearning process.
It
You gotta
still is
unlearn
because there's a lot in
years,
there.
decades.
There's a lot in there.
you know, like
and
you
relearn.
saying, but just you just remind yourself like why we were here, why we're here.
Yeah.
Right.
To like you said, help and serve. And
I like
uplift
that's
each other.
it.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
it is. But that's your personality. Too. So don't be mad at yourself.
No, that's
Right,
a good one. That's a good. The
exactly.
pop. See how she flipped
You
that
just-
back?
That's just how you
I love
are.
that.
That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And look how it's
then-
working now.
Yeah, you continue to be blessed. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yes. Look
Absolutely.
at you now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that's just
That's
so
a
good.
beautiful. Just like, again, we always we go down this way with it, and then we brought it
love
back
it.
this way.
I love
That's how we
it.
flow. I love that
But
because
you-
it's facts.
Right, and I love the tangents because
Yeah.
even with the codependency, it's just like you evolve because energy never dies.
That's
you can only evolve and
Evolve it.
alchemize it,
Yeah.
right? Or send it back to sender. All right. I send energy back. If you send me anything that don't resonate with me, I'm gonna send it right back. But for you evolved and alchemized your experiences with codependent because you still are of service to me and your family.
I
you
am.
still, do
feels
so
different,
much,
though.
but the intention is different.
Yeah, it feels
You're not
different.
expecting anything back. You do it from the overflow. You're not
it's that
giving
love.
from
That's
your
it.
empty cup.
Yeah.
Right? You're not giving from an empty cup. You're
Right.
giving from the overflow now versus when you were in that
It's like-
codependency, you were giving from an empty
Giving
cup.
from it, yeah. It was like
You were
already
giving from an empty
depleted,
cup.
depleted as hell.
It's
Didn't
like,
know why.
right, you were pouring out of your cup what you didn't have to get poured back into your cup.
Yeah.
It's like I'm pouring into you so that you can pour into me, and you was not,
Not
getting,
getting
poured
the
into.
pour-
That's
yeah, it was
codependency.
like-
But when you
had
evolve that,
holes
it
all up in
changes
my
to
cup.
right. It changes to now I can give from the overflow.
Overflow,
Though.
yeah.
I'm not giving from what's in my cup. I'm
Yeah.
giving you the abundance.
That's it.
You're
Overflow.
in, relationships.
Yes.
Yeah.
With people. You
Yeah.
know what I mean, and when your cup is full, you
Man.
feel so much better about that relationship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stuff that probably was bothering you when your cup wasn't full.
Man.
It doesn't bother you.
It don't.
like
Don't
that.
even exist.
It don't even.
Or-
Yeah.
You feel of a self control.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When your cup.
Yes.
Yeah. That's facts. It's facts.
When you don't.
You liable to get cussed
Yeah.
out.
Right.
With me
Yeah.
on an empty cup, okay?
Or something that person to do just kind of just mess y'all up.
Man.
True.
And that's why it's important for, when you're in relationships with people and say you break up with somebody, that you have that time
Right.
to fill your own cup.
It's so
Right.
necessary.
Before you looking for
That's
'cause then you look
facts.
at people to fill that cup, and that's not
That's them
how it
voids.
goes.
Yeah. Filling
Yeah,
voids.
that's not
And
how
it's
it is.
just-
So it literally,
Yeah.
it was a harsh, reality of mine. But I was gentle with myself. I
Yes.
really was. It was just
Yes.
like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, because when we were telling the stories, you was in the midst of me working through all of this, and it was just coming out. It's like, okay, like you brought it up yourself. You always brought your truth to the table.
I sure did.
It's like, damn, nobody asked me though. Ain't nobody asking you.
Ain't nobody asking.
Nobody's asking you. Why do you feel some type of way about something that you are choosing to do?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody asking you to do this.
Right.
And it's just like, ouch.
It's like, oh, that's facts.
But
It's
through
like,
that ouch, through that investment of time, money, energy for, this reason, the codependency or whatever, it's just like, here I go again, y'all.
You done got lost. You done got lost. I don't know if I can help
this
you.
reason, this codependency, like we were talking about that. You were going somewhere with me. Okay.
Right.
Okay, you know what?
Something about investment.
Right.
Dang, I don't know.
Okay, yo, okay. See, right? We
come back,
cannot assist. This was a foul ball. Like,
Get one too.
yo,
so good.
it was an air ball. That's what that was. That was an air ball. Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know. Say something like a codependency.
But it's facts
I don't
though.
know,
Like I'm
child.
better. Like I said,
You
I'm
was bringing
better
your
now.
truth to the table, right?
Y'all was bring my
I
truth
think
to the
that's all I
table.
was saying. Yeah, you was just acknowledging yourself. It's just like nobody asked
Nobody
you.
asked me. Like, what am I? What am I doing? It's like, that's what it was. But
I'm pretty sure some of it was out of because of the love of the person.
absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolutely,
happy.
absolutely.
And it could be just that was just the wrong person too.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's that perception. See, and that's that filter that, comes down. And then it's that perception that I would have, like, because this happened with me with this person, that perception of everybody else is more than likely going to be like this too.
You never want a person to change who you are.
I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Well, especially if it's something negative. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if it's something positive, but something negative.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, but that was facts. That's
Think
facts.
about it. If you had never had that person as a catalyst, for you
Man.
to actually express this codependency, and then for you to get
That's
to
the
a point of
beautiful part of it.
acknowledging that it exists, and then actually implementing the steps to evolve it. Like everything was required, everything was necessary. Because without that whole
Always.
relationship and that person and those catalysts that allowed you to express yourself in codependency, because this is something you was born into, you wasn't aware that it existed.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Until you gain that
Crazy.
acknowledgement and that awareness, you would still be in codependency,
Absolutely.
Right.
I agree with
unhappy
you.
and depleted. So polarity is so beautiful because everything exists. In order for you to be able to be of service now from
Right,
your overflow
exactly.
and create these more expansive experiences, you actually needed to
Need to
go through
that.
the time of being codependent.
Right.
Because
Long
you
time.
can't have one without the
Long
other.
time.
Yeah.
One doesn't even exist without the other.
That's true.
You can't create a better ending without the ending. You
And
can't.
Yeah, that's everybody's path. That's
Yes,
that's
everybody. It's
path of
polarity.
unknown. You know.
It's
And that's a
polarity.
scary one right there.
Discovery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what I think? With entrepreneurship, you discover a lot of things because you're alone a lot.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And all you have is you.
Yes,
You know what I'm
it.
saying?
You sitting in there with
if
yourself.
so you see all your flaws.
Yes.
Yeah.
You do, procrastination. This
Yes.
right, it ain't gonna work
Yo.
out.
Ooh, girl, you still
Hell, this
ain't.
ain't going. You still ain't.
You still ain't do
You're
that?
gonna
Yeah.
see all that. So I'm basically saying you're gonna be feeling just how Trump did to the U.S.
Man.
exposed the
Man.
Because
Girl.
you don't see it because
Don't.
you're
don't.
sitting in your own mess.
Yes.
You're gonna see all that.
Yes, and that's a great thing. It's a beautiful place to be, even though in the moment it's painful.
It's chaos.
Maybe dark and maybe
Like I
chaotic.
said, work through all that. That's
You
why
have
you got
to.
the mentors to lift you up,
Exactly.
to keep going, and tell you like, look, you need to get over
Surround
here.
yourself.
Yeah.
Surround yourself
Put
with your
yourself
community.
in. Yes, with your community. I was gonna
Yeah.
piggyback off of you.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with your community. If you don't
Yeah.
have community, find it.
Find it.
Find it.
Yeah.
Want the community, like not want it, but imagine it.
there you
first.
go,
You
yeah.
don't have it.
Find
Imagine
your
it.
community, find your tribe, whatever.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly. That's facts.
I enjoy that.
Oh my god, that was so good. So
I really
good.
did. I really did. Any final last words, y'all? Like, I'm telling y'all, this was really, really good.
So good. So good.
I mean,
The
I
realizations.
always say just like I said, what we were just talking about. Find
Yeah.
that tribe. Find that.
That's
group of
it.
people that you can converse with when you're feeling this way.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're always gonna need that. So
Exactly.
That's,
Yeah.
that's my takeaway. Find good people.
Find your
Surround
tribe.
yourself
Find
with
your
good
tribe.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's important. And if you guys
We are
need a
out
tribe,
here.
we are here for you.
We are
you
out
know,
here.
Connect with us on Facebook through Bits of Tea.
Yeah.
Our
Power
Bits of Tea
Plug,
page,
yeah.
Power Plug page.
Yeah.
Okay, and Self Care is Self Liberation.
Man.
These are our Facebook groups where we show we will be showing up in.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
holding space for each other.
Yeah.
Okay, where we can have more conversations and we can learn from one another, and you guys can implement the things that are required for greatness.
Yeah, I enjoy learning from other people's stories. So, y'all already know what it is. 5 ways to listen. Catch a live show on Facebook. Download the app in Apple Store or Google Play. Tell Alexa to play Power Plug Radio. Go to powerplugradio.com. Subscribe on YouTube and join the conversation at 727-686-0512.
And as always, you guys already know what it is. Begin the day with love.
Fill the day with love.
And
End the day with love.
Peace. You're listening to Power Plug Radio, home of your throwback jams.
Had a premonition, had to get this shit in order, and I'm finna take it off, go all for supporters. I been counted out for too damn long, like I couldn't take the crown with 2 damn songs. All up in the booth with no home training, play give me a count of 2 damn songs. Yeah, niggas be playing, yeah, industry games, yeah, rapping but they not in love with it. Think it's a shame, yeah. I'm about to pop on some other shit. Think it's a game. They don't control where I land. I'm fresh in the bitch and you know that. Don't take my body to show that. Get in the booth, I'm the truth, I get loose, I don't hold back. Fucking the game, they the same, need to hold back. Trading they lyrics and shit, I ain't for that. Don't need a scam with the plan of the fuck on they man, want more that. I'm the antithesis, making them wish that it was just a phase. Now they pray for the show back, still that. Killing with kindness and sound. Know I'm the tightest around. Head in the cumulus, feet on the ground. They say that I'm gifted, but spoken in brown. Don't need a Birkin, need diamonds and mouth. Too much to ask a rap queen of the south. My shit is imported, they shopping at routes. No squares is a teaser, I'm making my rounds. Niggas watching me, they be flocking. They say they tryna slide with me. Yeah, I can hear the snakes, they hissing, tryna break my mission. Cause I know I'm about to be. I just tell them, ho, tell them, wait. I got too much on my plate, and I know that I'm a sight to see. Yeah, I can make it so official. I'ma blow my whistle. It's a game, I decide the team. Niggas be playing, yeah. Industry games, yeah. Rapping, but they not in love with it. Think it's a shame, yeah. I'm about to pop on some other shit. Think it's a game. They don't control where I land. Royal flush, nigga, the cards in my hand.